To the brand new season of our global presentation show, Bring It On. I'm your hostess, Arirang. Season 3 has begun, which means we have new judges, new set of rules, and new presenters. In Season 3, we have 18 contestants all promoting their unique cultures right here on Arirang TV. So it's time to lock and load a brand new season. Let's start by meeting our judges. Starting this season, we have Brad from Busker joining us. Hello, Brad.
Hi, it's good to be here.
Brad in the house.
And Season 2 champion, One Kind.
What's up, y'all?
And from South Africa, TV personality, Ronan.
Hi, everyone. Nice to meet you.
And just for today, we have a very special guest judge joining us. We have Nepal's ambassador to South Korea. Thank you for coming, Ambassador Sang Lama.
Namaste.
Namaste. Annyeonghaseyo.
Ambassador Lama, we heard that you are an avid viewer of our show. Is that true?
Yeah, I am so eager.
So eager to be here?
Yeah.
Yes, thank you for being with us today. We had Gambrel from Nepal from last season. He talked about the beautiful Citron National Park.
Yeah. Citron National Park is a wildlife reserve. Climatically, if we talk about Citron National Park, it is a tundra type of climate it represents. In Nepal, there are 11 type of climate, 9 type of climate only in Nepal you can find.
Wow.
So you can enjoy 9 type of climate in the same time in Nepal.
I remember One Kind being pretty nervous the previous season.
I was.
Every time.
I was. Every time, just going up and presenting, took a lot of preparation. And once you're like on that pedestal, your nerves start to, you know, rush. And I just want to wish every single one of you guys the best of luck.
So One Kind will be able to emphasize with our presenters.
Yes.
And Brad, you're new to our squad.
Yeah, it's good to be here. I'm a big fan of the show.
Really?
Yeah, I voted for One Kind, and I like Jesse.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you so much. I didn't even know that.
But and Jesse did good as well. Yeah, Jesse did. Yeah, he was good as well. Yeah, I love the show, and I'm glad I'm on this side of the panel and not that side.
Right?
Yeah. This is the much easier side.
We have Guy representing the United States. Rose from Canada. And Saulo from Ecuador.
Saulo.
I mean, Saulo is a pretty familiar face on our show. You've been with us as a studio audience a couple of times in the previous season,
yes,
right?
I was. Yeah, a couple of
And
times.
you joined us as a presenter.
Who knew?
I know. I mean, as a studio audience, you have that power to judge, and now you're being judged.
Yeah, well, I don't have the power a judge has, but being on the other side is a fun feeling, you know. Yeah, I think just gonna get it, you know, have fun.
Have fun.
Yeah.
And I just want to say
that's
that
it.
the tables has turned because he was part of the audience and I was a presenter.
Yeah.
And I think he judged at least 3 times while
Right.
he
Yeah, your
presented.
presentations,
So we
I had
really
to
have
vote.
a special relationship. And I'm rooting for Saulo because
you
I'm
sure?
sure he voted for me all the times that he judged, right?
Yes, I did.
You
Yes.
did?
Yeah, I did in the presentations. Your
Are you
presentation.
sure?
Actually,
I did.
when you went,
Yeah.
I mean, like, I remember twice,
Uh-huh.
I voted for you, yes.
Okay.
Once, I didn't.
Oh.
I gotta be honest. I gotta be honest.
Thank you for being honest.
I gotta be
But
honest.
I wish you the best of luck.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, Saulo, hello. And we have Rose representing Canada.
Hello.
We had a lot of Canadians on our show.
Yeah, I'll do my best to live up to that impression.
Okay, and we have Guy from the United States. I heard that you're good friends with Todd Sample.
Yeah, he's kind of like a mentor to me. So he was on last season, and I came one day to visit, and that's how I kind of got introduced to the show.
Right. And I hear that you run a media company.
I do. We do video production, and we are starting to do our own original media now.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have very interesting contestants today representing the United States, Canada, and Ecuador. And since this is our first episode of season 3, we have amongst our studio audience all 18 of our contestants. Hello, guys, and welcome. Wow, new faces. Wow, there's like a glow in the audience. And Jan, so you will be representing the United Kingdom this season, right? So tell us a little bit more about your country, just briefly.
Well, basically, I lived half my life in the United Kingdom, and I did all my undergrad and postgrad over there. And it's an amazing country, and it's the best country to study in the world, I think.
You're a DJ currently working, right?
Yes.
We had another DJ in the previous season. John, do you know him?
Yes, John is he's a good friend, actually.
Who's a better DJ?
Well, let's say John started 2 years ago, and I've been in the game for 15 years.
Oh.
But I love you, John.
That's the
I follow
message
you on
for
Instagram.
John.
Yes.
Work on your game.
Exactly.
Could you sing maybe a little for us?
Really?
Hi, Mom.
Oh, yeah.
When marimba rhythms start to play, dance with me, make me sway. Like a lazy ocean hugs the shore, holds me close, sway me more. Like a flower bending in the breeze, bend with me, sway with ease. When we dance, you have a way with me, stay with me, sway with me.
Yeah! Wow.
I'm just here like, oh, I want to listen to some more of that. But we will get onto that later. Thank you, Eunhae and Jan. We have another multilingual presenter. We have Zahid from Pakistan and Penna from Azerbaijan. Welcome. So we had another representative from season 1 from Azerbaijan, Nihat.
Yeah, he's my friend. And actually, I saw him in this show first time, and later tried to get in. So like that.
So what did you think of his performance?
I think it was quite good, but later on maybe I'm not sure.
He was quite good, but you'd be better, right?
I will try. I will try.
Okay, so how many languages do you speak?
Basically, people from my country can speak at least 3 languages, like
That's amazing.
Wow.
Azerbaijan, Turkish, Russian.
Ooh.
I came to Korea to learn Korean and
Wow.
plus English, so I can speak basically 4 languages plus 1 language like this.
Wow, 5 languages. That is impressive. What about you? How many languages do you speak, Wonkai?
Me? I speak, I think, 2, maybe.
2, maybe?
3. I learned Spanish in high school, but...
Can we hear a little Spanish?
Yeah, ¿cómo estás? Es muy bien. Saludo. Hola.
There you go.
Yeah.
What do you think of his Spanish, Saulo?
Well, he has a very American person who studied the Spanish accent. So, but it's not bad. I mean, like, it's a very basic greeting stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
So basically,
little
he's
bit, a
saying
little
you
bit.
don't
Yeah.
speak the language.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll settle with 2.
Yeah, 2.
One kind speaks
Yeah.
2 languages. It's a brand new season, and we have so many talents amongst us. So I'm so excited to start the season 3. So we have 18 contestants joining us today. Can't wait to start our show. So let's start. Here are the brand new set of rules.
Here are the rules. Only one presenter will be crowned the champion. 6 teams of 3 compete in the continental preliminaries. The winner of each team stays in the competition. 3 runners-up with the highest scores proceed to the redemption round. Winners of the preliminaries go up against each other. Runners-up of episodes 8 and 9 face the winner of the redemption round. The 3 winners duke it out on the final stage.
on, bring it on. Your opinion matters. The votes from our application counts for 30% of the final score. So be sure to log on to our application and vote for your favorite presentation. But remember that by the time this episode airs on TV, voting for next week will be open. Now, our presenters, all 18 of them, are sitting here with us today, and you guys get to be a judge today. You will be judging them. So it's your time, it's your chance to wield out the competition. So use your time wisely and judge fairly. Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's time to bring it on. Every week we will have a new theme, and our presenters will choose their items accordingly. For this season's opener, what will it be? Let's check it out. Today's topic is financial systems. So money, yes, I like this topic. Guy, anything special about the financial system in the United States?
So yeah, there's like nickels. A nickel's 5 cents. There's dimes, and those are the major denominations of coins. We also got quarters and dollars, paper money.
Yeah.
Got those.
What about in Canada, Rose?
In Canada, our money actually recently became like plastic bills. So instead of paper, we use plastic bills. And supposedly it's more economic because they last a lot longer. But there's actually been a lot of controversy recently because it's very cold in Canada. And
So
if the bills get too cold, they actually crack and break.
Really?
Yeah.
I would like to see some Canadian dollars made out of plastic, and if it gets too cold, it cracks. That's kind of cool. My dollar bill cracked.
Yeah.
That's a cool thing to say. Yeah. Let's find out a little bit more about them with a little quiz. Little known facts of the 3 countries. Let's start with US of A. America has blank different designs for 1 coin. Now you guys can all participate, including the audience. If you know the answer, please raise your hand and shout out the answer. Yes, 1 kind.
49.
49, why 49?
I don't know. That's the number that just popped in my head. 49. It's a beautiful number, right?
Yes.
49.
That is a random guess, but it's a pretty good guess, right, Guy?
Yeah.
Yeah. Think along those lines. Think along
Am I really close?
Think along the lines. You are pretty close.
Okay.
Yes. Anybody else from our audience? Okay.
I'm going to guess 50 for the 50 states of America.
50 designs for 1 coin. That is correct.
Wow.
And here they are. So all 50, you actually got everything correct, right? Right, Guy?
That's absolutely correct. In 1999, there was an initiative started to make a unique coin for every state as an attempt to revitalize the coin collecting economy. That's the random fact I memorized today.
So how much would they all be worth if you collect all 50 of them?
Probably about 25 cents a piece. Have you guys ever heard of anyone paying more than 25 cents for a collectible
I mean, if
quarter?
it's a collector's item,
Yeah,
it
it
could go
should be
up
worth
to like
more.
What's like the most
50?
rare quarter out of
Yeah.
the 50? I'm sure there's like one that's really hard to get.
It's got to be one of the rectangle states. You know, one of the ones tucked up, way up there, that no one goes to.
Maine, Rhode Island.
No, I'm thinking like,
Like what state though?
that's got to be like in Oklahoma or
Oklahoma, Nebraska?
or in Nebraska
Wyoming.
Okay.
Yeah.
or Wyoming.
Yeah, no one lives in Wyoming. Yeah.
Where are you from?
I'm from New Jersey.
What do you have?
Probably a mosquito. It's the state bird.
Why is that?
It's the state bird. State bird.
oh, beautiful.
It's the state bird.
It's a beautiful state, I hear. Yeah.
Okay, moving on to the next question. In Canada, there are ATMs that dispense blank. Ronan.
Plastic money.
Plastic money, the obvious answer
I guess
is.
that is technically true, yes.
But
But it's not what we're looking for.
Oh,
I'm
bummer.
sorry.
Think a little bit more creatively.
Apologies.
Apologies.
Yeah.
So how would that ATM
Apologies?
work?
Well, you know, Canadians, they tend to apologize a lot. They're always saying, I'm sorry. So when you're having a really bad day and you need an apology for someone. Someone's got to be held responsible. You go in, you put in your card, says, I'm sorry you're having a bad day, and you feel better.
Actually, I'm pretty sure, like, if the transaction doesn't go through, I'm pretty sure they do say, I'm sorry.
No doubt.
This transaction did not go through.
You're poor.
Is that not the right answer?
I mean, it is an outrageous guess, but we're not completely off.
So maybe like if it's your birthday and you go to the ATM to withdraw, it sings like happy birthday to you.
You know what? Birthday.
That's a fantastic idea.
That is a fantastic idea. And think along the lines of birthdays. Yes.
Gifts.
Gifts is correct.
Wow.
Presents.
Wow.
In Canada, there are ATMs that dispense presents.
Wow.
Magical.
Plastic melt as well? Oh.
Wow.
Oh, I saw this.
That's cool.
Oh my gosh. Oh.
I saw this.
I saw this on YouTube too.
Yes. I thought it was like a once-off thing.
So this really does
Is
exist.
this a normal thing?
Right, Rose?
Yeah, it's a bank called TD, and they have like a sort of program where people can like submit things. It's like a contest, and then if they go to the ATM, they can get some people win presents.
And I saw a
lovely.
video where someone went to their ATM and the gift was a car key. Is that true?
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy.
Right?
I would love
need
to
that
be that
right
person.
now.
I also saw a video where someone got an air ticket to go and visit family far away for Christmas, and I cried, and I thought it was like a once-off thing. Is this actually a system in your
it's
country?
like a thing that they do. Just this bank. I don't know, maybe other banks do
That's
it too,
cool.
but yeah.
That's so nice. Let's move to Canada.
Yeah.
Right, let's
So
go
nice.
to Canada.
Let's all vote for Canada today.
Yes. Presents. We love presents and we love bribes on Bring It On, apparently, if you watched the previous seasons. If you're watching this studio recording live via our YouTube channel or our application, please remember to vote, but also send us your comments and your suggestions. We love hearing from you. Let's not forget this is a competition, so here is how the scoring system works. Judges, 40% from the studio audience, 20%, and from our application, 30%. And with a successful final pitch, one presenter will earn a bonus 10%. And the final votes will determine first, second, and third places. It's time to start the presentation. Guy, you're up first, and you're all alone. How does it feel to be alone right there?
He looks sad.
I know.
Why are you so sad?
I'm extremely lonely. I wish these guys were back over here. I felt really good when they were around me.
Sorry, we had to leave you, you know.
I feel
It's all right. It's all right.
Yes.
I get it.
So
We'll be
you
together
really
again
feel
soon.
the competition starting, right?
Yeah, it just got real.
Yeah, okay.
Just got real.
Let's get your presentation started. Guy, you have 4 minutes and a Q&A session will follow. Let's give it up for Guy.
Okay. Hi, my name is Guy Citron, and I'll be presenting about FinTech. So first, what is FinTech? I asked my Facebook friends. Not very helpful. They think it's like a fin, like a prosthetic fin that you put on yourself. I don't know. That's not what it is. So I asked my cousin Mordecai, what is it? Mordecai said, FinTech is financial technology. In other words, any kind of modern innovation or disruptive system related to finance. So we did a video about it to kind of help you get a bigger picture of it. This is me going to work in the morning, but that's not me. It's an actor. They found someone who really looks like me, so. Good morning. What is the matter here? You gotta relax. You're working way too hard. Oh my God, what are we gonna do? What's wrong with you guys? Are you guys hurt? Jessica, no. Jessica, I want to eat some chicken. These guys, it's because they were hungry. Authentication certificate, ID number, you don't need all that. You can do it in 3 seconds. So what's the innovation here? Obviously, it's the ability to use your cell phone to not only order, but pay for the service. So I thought we'd start with a history of finance, just an overview to kind of give us a context. 12,000 BC, currency. Paper money, not until 1000 AD. You didn't see the first banks until 14,000. And PayPal, not until the late 90s, and I want you to remember PayPal. So when we think about FinTech, we should look at 2 case studies. We should look at PayPal and Apple Pay as the major breakthroughs. PayPal started in 1999. It was acquired by eBay in 2002. Basically, what PayPal does is it was the first major online money transferring service. In other words, you're able to pay for whatever, and a vendor is able to receive your money, and it's all happening without a bank. This was a major breakthrough. And now it's responsible for over $228 billion worth of transactions worldwide. That's incredible. The second one's Apple Pay. Now, this uses near-field communication technology. So, you've got your phone, and it's got a RFID chip inside, which communicates with an RFID chip receiver in another device. It's kind of like the clicking it over something to make something happen, right? Well, what's the innovation? That communication happening between the 2 devices is a financial transaction. Very disruptive. So in the marketplace right now, FinTech investment related, money is basically up to, I think, 14 billion in the past year. That's crazy. It's a lot of money. Some FinTech-related startups to watch and kind of keep track of are guys like Square, who are partnering up with Apple right now. Robinhood, which is doing mobile brokerage apps. And CardSpring, they're making it easier for coders to make financial-related apps. And what's the future, right? How are other future technologies going to be incorporated into how we think about finance? Artificial intelligence, 3D printing, I mean, we don't even know, right? It's just kind of cool to think about. So me and my cousin Morty were like, we're going to start a startup with FinTech, right? We're going to do something, right? He's got an idea. What is it? He's like, Guy, we're going to count the money faster. How are we going to count the money faster? Well, we can use these things or whatever. What are we going to do? He's like, think harder. What are we going to do? We're going to tape the money. Tape the money together. FinTech, FinTape.
End time is up. I'm sorry. I'm going to have to cut you right
That was it.
there.
Was that the it?
Yeah, bro.
Oh.
So if you want to invest in FinTape, just get with me after the show.
Okay, we're going to cut that. Excuse me? No. Okay, so Guy finished his presentation. It was a difficult topic, but he made it very entertaining. But I'm sure you guys have questions. So, judges, do you have any questions for Guy?
Being an American, your country is more developed than, say, South Africa or Nepal. So this sort of FinTech invention, is it going to be for first world countries, for developed countries? Could it be global? I mean, how many countries are going to be able to benefit from this? Is it for everybody, or is it going to be yet another development that's only for first world countries?
Yeah, that's really interesting. That's a really interesting point. And I guess I'm not a scholar, but my response would be the way that the text message was originally someone hacking into a phone and figuring out that, look, you can send these messages back and forth when really they were only meant to be received. Okay. The phone company was telling you how much money you owe, or someone's telling you how much money you owe. Hacking it, figuring out we can actually communicate with it. And even in underdeveloped countries, if you look at how the text message has revolutionized the way people organize, the way people are able to communicate in fast ways, I mean, it might come from first world nations, but the effects are felt worldwide. And I guess the point I'm trying to make, which I was trying to make earlier, is that human nature is never going to change. We're always going to have people who are not so good. But with this technology, it brings new opportunities for people to do better things.
So you're saying that with FinTech, everybody all around the world could benefit?
That's exactly what I said. That's right.
Now, let's hear from our audience whether they liked his presentation or not. Studio audience, please get out your smartphones and get ready to vote. I'm going to turn around because I don't want to... now it's time to check our judges' votes. So judges, it's your turn to vote for Guy's presentation. If you liked his presentation, press the buzzer. If not, don't. So, on my count of 3.
Representing the United States, Guy Citron. And the result?
3, 2, 1. 3 votes out of 4. Brad, Bronin, and the ambassador voted for Guy's presentation. Now, I want to start with one kind. You're the only judge that did not vote for Guy.
I mean, I felt like he did a great job on the presentation, but I wish he would have been, you know, I wish he would have used more clear examples to make me understand what FinTech was.
Oh,
and I was kind of lost a little bit, but you did a great job on the presentation.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And what about you 3? Why did you vote for Guy?
I agree, he did a great job, and I think the topic is just so broad and huge. I think it's a really difficult task, but I think he did well. He brought humor into it, which was good, and he spoke with confidence. I thought he did a good job.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, I agree. I think the humor really sold it for me. I'm not that into finance. I hate to carry cash around.
You don't
I
like
hate
money?
to use. I love money, but I love it in card form or simple form. So I would really look forward to hearing more about FinTech. I think for such a huge topic, you did what you could in 4 minutes. It's pretty tough, so I voted yes.
Okay, so from our judges, Guy gets 3 points out of 4. So let's check the total studio points for Guy. From the judges, 30 points. From the audience, 11.7 points for a total of 41.7 points. But this is only from the studio. We still have the votes from our applications coming. So there is still time to change things, Guy. So fingers crossed.
Me and Morty are very excited.
Okay, so thank you, Guy, for your first presentation. You did a great job.
Thank you.
Next up, we have Rose representing Canada. Let's give it up for Rose.
All right. So everybody, welcome to Computer Science with Rose. I brought my lab coat today so things can get real technical. So I'm going to be introducing a digital currency called Bitcoin. So let's start out by watching this very historically accurate rendition of the history of money. So back in the day, people used things like gold as money. So this is me with my gold. Having some tea. Oh no. It happens, guys.
Oh.
It happens.
It happens.
Uh-oh. So as you can see, gold can be stolen, obviously. Uh-oh. It's very sad.
Oh.
I know. But as you know, it's 2015, and something called digital currency has kind of like come up. Bitcoin is one such thing. This is a real Bitcoin ATM in COEX Mall that I got to try out. So it was really cool. It was very easy, and it all just comes to your phone. So what just happened? As you saw, money is evolving. We started with things like gold or trade, moved on to cash, and finally, something that's emerging now, digital currency. So the one that I'm going to talk about today specifically is Bitcoin, but there's a bunch of different ones. So Bitcoins, digital, decentralized, open source. Digital means you can't hold it in your hand. There's no like Bitcoin Cash. Decentralized means rather than a bank or a central authority, it's secured by cryptography, which is basically a bunch of really cool math. I was a computer scientist. And it's open source, which means anyone can download and use the software for free. So if I'm a Bitcoin user, it looks a lot like a bank account. So every user has a private key, which is like a PIN number or a credit card number, and a public key, which is sort of like an account number, like an address to send and receive money. Even though on the outside it looks a lot like just a normal bank account, it has some really cool implications. Transactions really fast and cheap because you don't have to worry about bank hours. You never have to talk to anyone on the phone, which is great. I hate talking on the phone. and you don't have to pay bank workers, anything like that. Transactions about as secure as credit card transactions, which is comforting to a lot of people who don't really understand the system. And since it's not associated with any specific country or bank, you don't have to worry about things like exchange rates, taxes, or bank fees. So one interesting implication of that final point was that some people have said that you can invest, or suggested that you can invest in Bitcoins if your country is going through a financial crisis to protect your savings. I think that could be huge. Like right now, Bitcoins is very baby technology, so it hasn't really caught on in the mainstream yet, but imagine if it did, what kind of huge impact that would have on the way the world deals with finance, the way the world deals with financial crises. If there's a currency that doesn't depend on the economic situation of a country, that could be huge. Yeah. 75,000 businesses agree, including PayPal, which allows people to receive payments in Bitcoins. So that's pretty cool. And Bitcoin ATMs have been popping up all over the world, the first of which was in my hometown of Vancouver. Yeah. And as you saw in the video, there's also one that's popped up in COEX Mall, and there's thousands of them all across the world. So it allows you to buy and sell Bitcoins, and it just comes on this app in your phone. It's really cool. So it's still kind of in the baby stage. They've only been around for about 6 years, but I think if this really takes off, we're living in a really exciting time where we could see a lot of really big changes to the way the world does financing. So, thank you so much.
Thank you. Now, that's all the time Rose has for her presentation. Judges, do you have any questions for Rose?
I have a question.
Yes.
So so you went to COEX and you got the Bitcoins on a phone application.
Yes, it's an app.
So if you, say, lose this phone.
Yes.
Then where's the currency?
That's another thing that is, some people think of it as a problem. If I lose my phone, it's not a big deal, as long as I know my private key, which I mentioned was the account, or the sort of credit card number. Right. But the problem is if you lose that, you lose all of your Bitcoins. There's no way to recover it because there's no one you can call. Yeah. Like there's no bank. So
then that just takes that many Bitcoins
they just
out
disappear.
of the system.
Yeah.
Okay. And then the value of the other Bitcoins obviously go up.
Yes. Yes.
How much is one Bitcoin?
Right now?
Yeah, because
you
got to tell me the currency.
I think right now one Bitcoin is around $100. I think.
$100?
That much?
But it fluctuates a lot because again, it's still new and it's growing very fast. And as more users come into the system, it fluctuates a lot. So right now, the value of a Bitcoin doesn't really stay the same for more than 10 minutes. Right. Like it's very volatile. So it's
like the stock market.
Yeah. It is kind of like the stock market. Yes.
I'm very impressed. This seems like a pretty difficult topic, but you guys are coming at all these questions, sharp questions. I know.
How many Bitcoin ATMs are there in Seoul?
In Seoul?
Yeah.
I think there's just one.
Just one? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Now let's check out our studio audience responses for Rose's presentation. Audience, please get out your smartphones and get ready to vote. Judges, please get ready to vote. On my count of 3.
Representing Canada, Rose Gambrel. And the result?
3, 2, 1. 1. Out of 4. Brad?
I think for me, it was the question and answers. I thought she handled all the questions very well, and she, I think to completion, handled all the, all the answers. So
yeah.
Okay, so 3 out of 4 from our judges. Let's check out the total studio points for Rose. From our judges, 30 points. Audience, 6.5 points, for a total of 36.5 points for Rose. Good job, Rose.
Thank you.
Last but not least, we have Saulo from Ecuador. Are you ready?
Yes.
Let's give it up for Saulo.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm Saulo from Ecuador, and I want to start my presentation by asking you this question. What comes to your minds when you hear South America?
Rainforest.
Okay, what else?
Soccer.
Oh, yeah.
Amazon.
Yes, of course. So, a lot of people relate South America with adventure, powder, and beautiful landscapes and stuff. There is also a concern, and in this case, a concern about financial safety. So, let's see, what are the risks? That's when we enter this. The Ecuador's check exchange system. What do I mean? Let's see, the risks of carrying cash or cards. It can be damaged, accidents, you can lose them. There's theft, of course. Someone else can use your money. You can be abducted by aliens who want you for your cash. So now, the first steps of change in Ecuador. The first reforms to our system came in 2011 by the SBS, not the network, the Ecuadorian Banking Authority. And reforms were made in 2013 and several amendments after that. The system came into action last year, 2014, September 25. So, the system in detail. The Ecuadorian Central Bank is linked with all other banks in the live network at all times, so you can cash checks instantly with no waiting period, and you can access them in special ATMs, tellers, and several other things. Let's check that out. I'm a people, I enjoy driving.
Oh, yeah.
I own a sweet drive. Yes, I do own a sweet drive. So, I can take you for a ride anytime you want, if you fit. Going with the flow. And this, in Ecuador, we also have drive-ins where you can cash any check instantly without getting off your car. Right there, without waiting. So, the proper way to fill up a check, the name of the recipient, the amount in numbers, the amount in written letters with decimals, the city where you write the check, the date, which can be numbers or letters, the bank's verified signature, and a few details. You cannot use red, you can not have any seals or damage on the check, though you might have done that. So the benefits, it provides a safer option to cash because no one else can use your well-earned money without your authorization. It allows for faster exchange and trade. Checks are easily reissued if damaged or lost, and people are able to enjoy their well-earned cash in several different ways. The things to keep in mind, you can cash up to 1,000 by yourself, in a check, and you can make someone else cash a check up to $500. Foreigners must purchase a checkbook before they can use the system, like a traveler's checkbook, which is very fast and very easy to do in Ecuador. People with special conditions, people with special capabilities, as I told you before, can access the system with their IDs, fingerprints, and even voice recognition. Yeah, we're always trying to do that. The system is still undergoing implementation, and I hope for it to become widespread. I was in Ecuador last year. It has become a trend in the next coming years. So that was my presentation. Thank you.
Thank you, Salo, for your presentation. Now, judges, do you have any questions for him?
The reason why I think checkbooks seem outdated is because in the past, people would write checks, put an amount, and there was actually no backing to that amount, so they were bad checks, so a lot of retailers just stopped accepting them.
Yes.
So how is this a new system now?
As I told you before, this took a very big overhaul of our financial system in Ecuador and of our banks and stuff, So before you had to wait to verify the check, sometimes that's why a lot of people didn't accept them, because they had to be sure if you had funds or not, right? You have to be sure. You cannot accept it just like that. So that's why we implemented the network that I told you about, in which the Central Ecuadorian Bank is live with all the other banks at all times. So the check has funds on the spot, that moment.
So
that's
there's a scanner that scans
that's a scanner.
it.
There's a scanner we have. That's also told you that we have special ATMs for that, so that you put in the check, it scans the check, and then you can, withdraw the cash. So that's how you keep it safe.
This is the longest answer in the history. Bring it on.
I think so. I'm sorry.
Yes, but I just have to say, I love the enthusiasm you bring to your answer and the excitement. You're always like this. Yes. Okay, so let's see if you remain this excited after we find out your score. It's time to vote. Studio audience, please get out your smartphones and get ready to vote. Judges, please get ready to vote. On my count of 3.
Representing Ecuador, Salo Aroca. And the results?
3, 2, 1. Oh, 4 points. A perfect score from our judges. Salo, you seem mildly surprised.
Yeah, I was actually feeling like one guy wasn't going to vote for me.
I wasn't going to vote for you.
She wasn't going to vote.
I just want to say I like the music video, and one distinct thing about Salo when he presents, he's always like moving.
Yeah, I know.
You know, and it's very animated, and he keeps you attentive, and he answered my question very well.
Yeah.
And I think you could just make a music video with Salo presenting, but I like the way he presented it.
Yeah.
A perfect score from our judges. Let's check out Salo's total studio points.
Woo!
From the judges, 40 points. From the audience, 10.4 points, for a total of 50.4 points from the studio. Good
Thanks for
job,
the love, guys.
Salo. Now, all 3 presentations are over, but your vote can still determine who wins the competition. Your vote counts for 30% of the total score, and the rest of the 10% comes from the final pitch. But before we start the final pitch, we have a new corner starting from season 3.
Yes.
Yes, it's time to talk back.
Presenters have 3 minutes to evaluate and discuss each item. Find and expose the weak links in your rival's presentation.
Yeah, okay, Bitcoin has been loved by a lot of persons, but, a lot of those persons are hackers and people who use it not for such noble purposes. So how are you going about, solving the issue, regulating that? Because I know that it's used in a lot of places to trade a lot of stuff that's not nameable here.
Okay, well, to that, I think I can say that the same thing happens with credit card numbers. The same thing happens with things like money laundering. It's actually a lot harder to do with Bitcoins because the ledger of transactions is actually public. So anyone can look at it, and it's fairly easy to, the names are concealed, but it's actually fairly easy to find out where the money's coming from. So in some ways, a lot of that is just people not being that well informed. So I have a question.
Yes.
So you mentioned the system to make sure that people don't steal your checks and use it to pay for them, but I didn't really get how exactly they do that. I have a lot of friends who, when they sign for their credit card, for example, they draw a picture of a house and a sunshine, and their credit card company has never ever gotten back to them. So is it actually if your signature is just a little bit off, can they really automatically catch that?
Yes, actually. There's a lot of, just what we call, not only your signature, but a lot of things are when you use a check with you purchase one or you create an account, anything, a lot of things are profiled about you. I mean, it might be a little invasive at first, but it's just to be sure that everything, any transaction is, completely and 100% you. So your signature, if it's just a little bit off, it's gonna be okay, do it again, okay, and then do it again.
And time is up. Thank you, Salo, Rose, and Guy. It's time for our final pitch. We will give 1 minute to each of our presenters, and after listening to their final pitch, our judges will award 1 extra point to just 1 presenter. Now, the final pitch, we will start in reverse order. So, Salo, you're up.
Let's go.
Okay. Now I'm gonna try to make it disappear. Blow on it 3 times. Hello, me 3 times. Is this gonna work? What do you think?
Maybe there.
Now, this is something that hasn't happened before, you know. I'm very nervous. Like, I feel something like. Oh, this is not a coin. Oh, wait for it.
Oh, it's a check.
Check. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
I think
That was
that
clever.
should be, you know, my point. Safety, fast, maybe safer than what I did. And that's, you know, how our system works.
Okay, thank
Good
you,
job.
Paulo. Please return to your seat. And next up, we have Rose. You have 1 minute.
Yes.
Shake it.
Music, please.
Whoa. Whoa.
Thinking about tonight. I can't sleep. Just a few hours ago, we had the TV on, drowning out your dreams. Tell me your favorite love song, girl. I'm gonna play it while your toes curl. Girl, what you saying? Speak your mind. Tell me what you like.
Thank you.
Sorry, you got me. You got me.
Very good.
Wow.
Very nice.
Wow. Thank you, Rose, for your final pitch. Guy, last but not least, you're up.
All right.
Let's see some dance.
No. So I prepared a dramatic reading. Oh no. And from a very tiny, underused part of my brain, probably located at the base of my medulla oblongata, near where my subconscious dwells, comes the thought, he's here to FinTech you. Page 75. His lips are parted, he's waiting. Coiled, strike. Desire, acute, liquid and smoldering, combusts deep inside my PayPal.
Do you have to look at me while you're
No, I'm
reading
sorry.
that?
More dramatic. It's part of the talent. All right. Page 116. My inner goddess is beside herself, hopping from foot to foot. Anticipation hangs heavy and portentous all over my head like a dark tropical storm cloud. Butterflies flood my belly, as well as a darker carnal, captivating ache as I try to imagine what he will do to my near-field communication system.
The ambassador seems to be loving that.
Thank you.
It works. It's drama. It's art.
Thank you, guys. Please return
Drama.
to your seat. Now, we've heard from all 3 of our presenters. Now it's up to the judges to decide who to give the 1 extra point to. So you guys, please convene.
It's decision time. And what will it be?
Great judges, have you reached a decision?
Yes, we have.
Ronin, could you please tell us?
Okay. We think that we would like to award the extra point, the extra 10% to the person who seemed to want it the most, who really fought for it from the beginning, and that is Saulo from Ecuador.
So Saulo gets the extra 10 points. The bonus point goes to Saulo.
Nice
Let's
job, bro.
see if this changes things. Okay, so we finished the final pitch, and we have all the studio points for our 3 presenters, but the other 30%, the rest of the 30% comes from the online votes. Now, the online votes could change things, and the votings will now be closed. We will have the final results soon, so stay tuned. The final results are in. I have the final results in my hand, and it's time to hear the verdict. Now, I'm sorry to say that if you come in 3rd place today, this will be your last presentation on Bring It On. I will announce the 3rd place with 45.6 6-2 of the total points. Coming in third place today is Rose. Yes, I'm sorry, but this will be your last presentation. So this will be your last presentation. How was it like to be on our show?
It was really fun, actually. I am not used to talking ever. Dance is really the only thing that I feel like comfortable doing, which is why I did it. So this was like a very big, scary thing for me. So I'm really happy that I did it. Thank you guys.
And you did an excellent job. Let's give a round of applause. Okay, Rose, please go back to your seat.
Bye, Rose.
Now we have today's winner and today's runner-up. Now I have to tell you, the runner-up will have a tough road ahead. After 6 rounds of preliminaries, only the top 3 runner-ups will get to take part in the redemption round. So it's between Guy and Saulo. Please go up to the platform.
That's natural.
Yeah.
Wow, I like that.
One of these 2 presenters will be today's winner. Now, who will it be? Saulo or Guy? I have the results in my hand and I will announce today's winner. The winner today is winner today is congratulations, Saulo. Woo! 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 Woo!
Judges, studio audience, bring it on app, bonus point, and the final score.
67.9 points. That's a lot of points.
That is a lot of points.
Yes. Now, congratulations, Saulo, for your great presentation. You definitely convinced the judges, our audience, and the online voters.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I have no idea how I did it, but I just wanted to get my point across, make it fun. I hope you found, you found it informational, you found it fun. It's a hard topic, and I wanted it to, be as far as possible, reach as many people as possible.
Saulo, and congratulations. And Guy, you are the runner-up, which means that you are not guaranteed a spot in the next round. Only if you've earned enough points today to rank among the top 3 runners-up, you will get a chance to compete in the redemption round. And Rose, why don't you join us? Why don't we give a big round of applause to our 3 presenters? You did a great job. Survival presentation show Bring It On presenters will show you a whole new side of their home countries, and you will get to decide who will compete in the next round. So remember, your vote counts, so keep the votes coming. Until we introduce all fascinating items from all around the world, we will continue to bring it on. See you next time.